For the browser to render a website, it needs HTML. And for us to write HTML, we need an HTML document. And what makes an HTML document? That is having the extension of .html. Over on the top left of our workspace, we have a gear icon. By clicking there, I can select New File, and I'm going to create a new file and simply give it the name of hello.html to be added to my website assets. As you can see, if we try to render this and open the browser, we can see that we still have an error. When you enter a URL on your browser makes a call to the server requesting the website assets. The Screenbro browser is automatically looking for the assets in your project files here on our Files panel. But now it doesn't know what the name of my HTML document is to render it automatically. If I tell the browser exactly what document to look for, it can find it. For example, if I type hello.html, hello world, let's hit save again. And as we can see, it will render hello world. But it could not find this on its own. So how do we get a home page to load by default? All browsers will look for a file called index.html in order to render it as the home page, also known as the landing page. For this reason, every project needs to contain an index.html file that the browser can load by default. Now I'm going to go ahead and rename this to index.html, and I'm going to save it. And now in the browser here, I'm going to type index.html, and it will render hello world. Now the browser will load this by default. If you would like to try this outside of Scrimba on your actual browser, you may use any text editor that comes with your computer and simply save a file and name it index with the extension of .html. Then drag it onto your browser and it will render whatever text you placed inside. There are more advanced and free text editors out there that you can use to edit HTML and other programming languages such as Atom, Visual Studio Code, and Sublime Text, to name a few. To create a JavaScript file, you need to use the extension of .js, and to create a CSS file, we need the extension of CSS. Now, these don't need any specific names since our index.html document can tell the browser the exact names of the required CSS and JavaScripts. We'll learn more about that on another lesson, but for now, let's name them index.js and index.css as well. Index.js, index.css. Now that we have our HTML document, we can begin learning how to code HTML.